Good evening, family. Welcome to another edition of Thorough Black Talk with your sister Keisha, your brother Tad, and your brother Ashe SJ will be joining us shortly. A lot has been going on in the news. I'm glad to see my brother Tad still kicking, still doing your thing. How you feeling, bro? How you feeling? What's good?
I'm feeling good, sis. I'm feeling good. You know, life is good unless the judge give it to you. But other than that, I'm all right. You know, coming off the high of the weekend of the African Street Festival or African Arts Festival, however you want to call it. We know it as the African Street Festival. Some people call it by its full name, International African Arts Festival. However, we've been rocking with it for years. I know I got introduced to it in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. So I've always been a supporter of that function right there. And I was just so happy to see so many of our people out and about. A lot of people survived COVID. So it was a good thing. It was like a family reunion out there. So salute everybody who came out to the African Street Festival.
That's what's up. And it was his 50th anniversary. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes, it
yes.
was.
Yes, I think this is one of the only times I didn't make it. Business calls first. You got to do what I have to do. But I'm glad you guys were there. I saw you and Ashe going live a couple of times. I seen the family out there. Much love to
Yes.
everybody. Shout out to Sister Veronica. No matter what goes down,
Oh,
Veronica
she's
gonna
always
be in
there.
the
Yeah, definitely. And shout out to my brother Jelani Mashariki and the whole Mashariki family and all of the organizers of the G2Y renaming committee. They named the plaza over by my house on Grand and Putnam. It's now G2Y Plaza, which is dope. So they had a naming ceremony. I believe that was Saturday. I believe it was Saturday morning,
Yep.
and it was dope to see so many people out there. Assemblyman Charles Barron, of course, Councilman Robert Carnegie, Reverend Herbert Daughtry, Al Van. It was a few people out there, and of course, local organizers on the grassroots level, the Bandele family. So many people out there, where in the past many of us may have had a difference of opinion in the direction we should move and what we should fight for. However, when it comes to celebrating an elder and an ancestor, I think we could always put our differences aside and enjoy the moment. So shout out to everybody who participated, organized, and supported that event. Because from there everybody walked over to the African Street Festival, which was dope.
That's what's up. Brother G2 was once my math teacher when I
Okay.
was in St. So, we had our introduction a long time before, you know, Conscious Keisha came around. But
Yeah.
it was nice to see all of that. And I saw a lot of people out there as well. Kudos to everybody who showed up and showed out. It's much appreciated to let folks know that we ain't playing no games out here in Brooklyn. When it comes to getting certain things done, we stand as one united front. So again, kudos to everybody who did that. But
Oh, shout out to Sister Pat. I ran into Sister Pat out there. It was definitely good to see her, get a hug from her. You know, word. That was definitely what's up.
that's what's up. And again, family, next year, follow the Thorough Black Talk page, or you could go to International African Art Show and follow them on Facebook so that next year, if you want to come out and take part, then you most certainly can. Um, I saw a lot of things that took place, but we're going to save that for another day and another time. We have a lot to discuss. We have some guests with us this evening, the founders and organizers of the Race First Week. I think it's the end of July, kicking off in Be More in the building.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So we're gonna see what's going down. We're gonna see what's going down. We're gonna ask them some questions to find out exactly what this Race First Week is really all about. What can we expect? How can you be a supporter? How can you be down? How could you make things happen in your town? So we're gonna get all of that information from our brother Baba Imhotep and the crew in just a little while. And also tonight, family, maybe we'll get a chance to discuss this issue with Dr. Bill Cosby. We have our brother Blacksmith who will be joining us again next week. And we definitely going to touch on that topic with him as well. It seems to me, Brother Tad, people can't read, uh, people can't think, but we'll save that for another time. But Brother Tad, he make a little post and people start losing their mind, losing their brain. I'm like, calm yourself down. It's gonna be all right. Back and forth, my brother. It's gonna be all right. Just relax yourself. And because I definitely do want to
Well,
get into that.
sis.
Go ahead, brother.
Well, what I want to say is real funny. I don't post what I can't stand on, and I haven't researched. And it's just funny. This is one of the reasons why I don't post so much, because it's hard to share information with a group of people who think they know everything already. And I think many of us know there are things we don't know. And we know when we're lying to people. I think a sister who disagreed with me said she read the deposition and Cosby admitted to being a predator. He said himself, that's not true, and she said she read the deposition. But from her position alone, we knew that wasn't true. So, I mean, it's so multi-layered, and regardless of how we feel about Bill Cosby personally or whatever the case may be, we should deal with the facts and be critical thinkers as well as independent thinkers. Stop waiting for people to tell us what to think and how to think, who to love and who to hate. I think it's important that we be the gatekeepers of our own mind and be mindful of what we let into our minds and what we don't let into our minds. So anytime you have European women accusing black men of sexual assault and rape, I'm always going to look at it with a jaundiced eye, knowing the history of white women and black men here in the United States, and not just the historical icons that we know of, but just in our own personal lives. I'm quite sure we know people who were lied on and said that they molested a woman or raped them. Not saying everybody gets a pass. Let me be clear about that. But I know for a fact, a lot of women who have accused friends of mine were found out to be liars and not telling the truth. So I can't really support the Me Too movement so much. And mind you, I'm a father of six girls. So I will crack a skull for them. And if they come home and tell me somebody did something, there's not really going to be any questions asked. However, before my daughters go out in the world, they already know how to conduct themselves around men and how to respect men, deal with men, and talk to men, so that they're not even in that situation where anything like that is possible of happening, because they understand the ramifications of that. So with a sister online the other day, it kind of hurt my feelings, because she doesn't know me personally, but automatically assumed that I'm a predator as well. And I'm like, I told her I could get 100 sisters that could get on here right now who could tell you I defended them personally. Some of those ended up in felonies, because when it comes to our community, we're not going to play with it. However, it's hard to protect people who only put in harm's way. And that's one thing I always tell sisters: stay out of grown men's face. Don't go to no man's house in the middle of the night. Definitely on no drugs and alcohol. It's just so many things that we can do within our community to prevent this kind of stuff from happening. When it comes on the grand, like with a brother like Bill Cosby, we got to peel back the layers and see who's behind the people making these accusations and who are the people having a disregard for his constitutional right. we got to remember Bill Cosby has done so much for the community, whether we agree with his positions on the community or not. We have to pay homage to Bill Cosby.
I think we may have lost you, brother Tad, but we'll get all the kinks working out. We just have a storm going on here in New York City, so power goes in and out. At least where I'm located, the power goes in and out. Here go my brother; he's coming back in. But please
Pardon that,
bear with
sir.
us. Yeah, I was just saying
Pardon that.
we just had a storm, and
Oh, I was caught in
we
it.
had to. I see so many people swimming themselves out of the subway. Subway stations are flooded, so that's a little crazy. But
I had to change my
we,
clothes and put on some dry clothes. I was soaked, sis. It was horrible. Yeah. But
I'm
what I was
glad I
gonna say
wasn't
real
caught up
quick
in
before I
that.
give you the mic back. What
Go
I was gonna
ahead.
say real quick, a lot of people may or may not know that Bill Cosby did fund a lot of research for Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben, and he did it, anonymously. He didn't do it for kudos or recognition. He just did it out of necessity. But this is something a lot of people don't know about Dr. Cosby, and I heard this from Imhotep Gary Bird, when Dr. Ben passed and he was talking about the support that Dr. Ben got from Bill Cosby, and he started talking about their relationship. So I think a lot of times we have to peel back the layers and keep our personal feelings out of a lot of things, because I'm quite sure there's people in our own immediate circles that we don't always see eye to eye with or we agree with. But when we hit these streets to do the work, we know what the mission is and we know what the goal is. And we should always be focused on that more than our little feelings. And I'm going to step off my soapbox.
Facts, facts are facts. Read the deposition. I went through it with a fine tooth comb. There are some unsavory things that he did admit to. This is why, for my opinion. And we'll save that for another time next week when we with our brother Blacksmith, and we're going to dissect this whole thing. I do believe in karma, so
Mm-hmm.
but that has nothing to do with the facts. So we'll deal with that next week with our brother Blacksmith. And then the following week after that, if we are lucky, I've been working with behind the scenes to get some people to come in and talk to us about the Arizona Black Rodeo, the Texas Black Rodeo. Things have taken place that are magnificent. We have a lot of young brothers and sisters who are just killing the rodeo game right now. A shout out to the sister Courtney Solomon. I've been following her for a minute, along with her family and some other folks, and hopefully we'll have a historian to come in out of Arizona to give us a history lesson on that. So I'm working out the kinks on that. Again, family, like I said, my brother Ashe SJ will take over at the 9 o'clock hour, and we are going to dissect what is happening with our brothers and sisters on the ground in Haiti today. Um, it's been reported and confirmed that President Moise was murdered. His wife was attacked as well. She is in a Miami hospital as of right now. Anyway, she's in a Miami hospital recovering. But we're gonna break all of that down as well, because there's some shenanigans that's going on behind the scenes, and we're gonna give it to you thorough how we do it. Shout out to brother Leonard. I haven't forgotten you, my big brother. I haven't forgotten you at all. We gotta get together really soon, because beginning the end of this month into August, I will be in and out of town. So it's going to be hard to lock me down, but I didn't forget you. Abibi Fahodie, Sister Farnessa, I'm glad you received your shirt. I will let Sister Takia know that you are pleased with your purchase, and kudos for doing that. Sister Aminatu, peace and love to you. Sister Nikki, how are you? Peace and love to you. Salute, Brother John Public. Yes, indeed. Sister Marie, peace and love to you. And to all of our brothers and sisters around the globe who are watching. Shout out to our brothers and sisters in England, in London, who are doing the damn thing, who are 10 toes down, fighting that system back. Kudos to you. It seems that, we are in a right time to get ourselves together, get things in perspective, to find a blueprint that you can piggyback off of to make things better for you and your community. And I'm happy to have with us tonight the organizers and founders of the Race First movement. I'm excited about this. I can't wait to bring them all in a few minutes so they, can explain to us what it's all about and, what's really going on. This is the time here in the US, in Haiti, on the continent, in London, and shout out to our brothers and sisters in Nigeria. We have a lot of brothers and sisters from Nigeria who watch us every week. Kudos to you all. We don't forget about you. We appreciate you. And shout out and much love to you always. I'm trying to work out multiple things here. Sister Keisha always got 100 things going. Um, so here go my brother Tad coming back in. And then once we get Tad back up and running, let me see. I think we got you, brother Tad.
I'm back.
Let me see. All right.
I'm back.
I'm just trying to remove the frozen. Let me see. There we go. All right. So, like I said, family, we got our Race First movement crew in the building. I always follow my brother Imhotep. Every other day, just about, he going live. So I try to check him out, just to get abreast and feel that energy for my brother and be more, not too long ago, I used to take yearly trips to Baltimore, once in the fall and once in the spring. We would go and take a group of people, shout out to the United African Movement. We would always take a busload of people into Baltimore twice a year for educational course. We didn't call these trips. These were we call these field trips. You're not going, on a tourist excursion. You're going on a field trip, and we would learn the history of Baltimore, spend some time at the Blacks and Wax Museum down there often. So, Baltimore is like another home for us. But when I saw the beginning of this movement kick off, I was like, wow, somebody or some folks have taken it upon themselves that we have to get back out into the streets with our brothers and sisters. You have a lot of armchair revolutionaries, a lot of armchair scholars, supposedly, and ain't moving, ain't doing nothing. And like I always say, if you check somebody's background, if you dig into their background, go to their hood and see who know them. And if nobody can vouch for you, I can't rock with you. That's just how I move. I don't rock with fake ones. I learned a very valuable lesson. I don't rock with fake ones. So you could talk all that rah-rah, but if the streets ain't got you, neither do I. My brother Ashe SJ is in the building. I was letting them know that in the 9 o'clock hour, you're going to be breaking down what's going on in Haiti. So, my brother, what's up to you? How you feeling? I saw you doing your thing at the Arts Festival, looking all handsome, looking all nice. My brothers was looking good, boy, I'm telling you.
Yeah. What's the word? What's the word? You're now tuned in to Thorough Black Talk. Thank Keisha and Ashe. Once again, we are grateful for another week to come at y'all with some powerful information, and as well as have a powerful guest tonight, brother Baba Imhotep. Yo, the weekend was lit, right, Tad? BK, we back outside. You know what I'm saying? The International African Arts Festival.
Yes, it was.
one of the biggest festivals in the nation that we have, man. I know a Doom Day be lit. I haven't got the chance to get there yet. And I heard the other arts festivals around the country be lit too. But the one out here at BK is off the chain. A lot of powerful elders. I heard, I didn't get the chance, but I heard Professor James Smalls was out there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the younger era of brothers, you know, and sisters as well, like Red Pill, Blue Pill, you know, so on and so forth. A lot of powerful people was out there, man. And unfortunately, your brother didn't get the opportunity. I didn't get the blessing to run up on Mark Lamar Hill punk ass. Because I heard he was out there. I heard he was out there. And I would have, trust me, it'd have been another Q Butter moment. Shout out to my brother Q Butter. We'll talk when we see certain people who ain't nothing to talk about. You feel me? Like, ain't nothing to talk about with certain people. But
we don't play that in Brooklyn. We will pull up.
It was still beautiful. It was a great event. You know what I'm saying? For us to be back outside again. You know, tribute to the ancestors. We didn't get the opportunity to have that, to pour our libations out on Coney Island like we normally do. Dance Africa, we didn't have that because of coronavirus. So I was just grateful to see so many family members. It's always like a family reunion when we go out there. And, you know, great things happen after that when we get to connect and commune with our brothers and sisters. You know, we see each other face to face. Next thing you know, sparks start flying. We start collaborating, you know what I'm saying? We start organizing, and that's what we are supposed to be out here doing, you know? But at the same time, it was fun. We had a good time. I think I made it through the whole day without buying something. It was like the first year I went through the whole day without buying something, yo, except for food.
Lucky you. Lucky you. Almost went broke.
Yo, man, but you know, that's if we're gonna spend money, that's the place to do it, because there's so many black businesses, black vendors out there, you know. So yeah, I'm just grateful, man. I'm excited to jump into tonight's conversation. It's so much going on, you know. Like I said, we got a powerful guest for y'all tonight, as well as you know, it's a lot of things in current events that we got to touch on. We might not get through all of it tonight because there's so much going on with our people, but like we always say, keep your head on a swivel, family. You never know what's going on out here, you know? So, but yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm ready to rock in. I know we got our guests in the background. So yeah, we got a couple minutes before we bring them on. You know, I definitely got to say, we're going to go into it a little later, but I want to say definitely shout out to my Zoes, all my Haitian IAT people. Stay strong out there. You know, we gonna play some Haitian music tonight, fam, because I don't know. Yo, Haitian music, like compa, is off the chain. I'm telling y'all, man. Like, yo, I've been listening to it for a couple years now. Like, that music is fire. Just like before, people wasn't really up on Afrobeat like that. Now Afrobeat is trending everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But before, a couple years back, it was like nobody was messing with it, you know? So it's up to us to take up things and really make it grow, and as well as make it profitable before, you know, these acidics, these people that run their record companies, they're going to come and take it over and make it and water it down, whitewash it. Now you got Afrobeat and the pop charts with white artists and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So, but compa is one of my favorite music genres, man, especially when you see that booyah, that dance, that you see the video, Keisha, with the man and a woman, and they doing a slow dance, and it's like mad romantic. It look like a wedding dance or something. You know what I'm saying? I just envision like our revolutionary warriors, brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, what they was going through, you know, because, you know, African people, we persevere throughout times of revolution and things of that nature. We still had love. We still had black love. You know what I'm saying? So could you imagine? Oh man, I'm ready to play the song now, but we gonna wait because we got our guests. You know, we definitely gonna bring them in. But could you just imagine like what it was like going through these times? You know what I'm saying? When brothers and sisters had to, you know, in the slavery times, it's like we fighting for a cause, but at the same time, we trying to make sure that the next generation arrives and sees another day. You know, with that revolutionary black love, it's like. That's why people say black love is a revolutionary act. You know what I'm saying? Because even throughout these times, we still got to stay centered, and we still got to know who we are and what our mission and purpose is. And if we ain't creating black families and things of that nature and not fighting for that, then we might not fight. We might as well not fight for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're fighting for it today, and you ain't got no tomorrow. You ain't got no future. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think about when I listen to the compa and revolutionary love songs, and I see the dances and things of that nature. Haiti is a beautiful culture, man. You know. So we're gonna get into that a little bit later, family. But Tad, I see you got him hot with the Bill Cosby comments as well. Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah. You know, I got to start my trouble a little bit. And look, that was light. That was light. You know, but
okay.
You know. We got to provoke thoughts, you know what I'm saying? We got to start making our people question their position and think. They don't have to agree, but they do have to think, you know?
Right. Yes, indeed. So, without further ado, family, we got our guests behind the scenes. We're going to bring them in just now. The founders and organizers of the Race First movement. We got our brother Baba Imhotep in the building. What's up, Baba? How you feeling?
I'm well, man. How y'all doing? Y'all looking great?
Yeah.
Bibi for Hodier, Baba Imhotep, my brother.
Yes.
Yes, sir. It's good to see you, brother.
We got Baba Oba in the building. What's up, Baba Oba? What's good with you?
Peace. Black Power, peace. Sister Keisha, what's going on, family? Good to see y'all.
You on Team 50 now. You on Team 50 right now.
Yes, I am. Team 50. As of June 5th, I made Team 50.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what's up. We got our brother Obafemi. Get in here, brother. How are you?
Peace, Bibi for Hodier.
Peace, Bibi for Hodier.
Yeah, for sure.
We got our brother Mike Surgeon in the building. How are you, King? What's good with you?
We got the hit squad today. Okay.
We got CTJ. All right. I guess he's
peace
in a minute. And we got our brother Freddie Savage in the building. We got the hit squad for y'all this evening. Family, what better way to find out about something than to bring the people who founded and organizing it? Not none of that. He said, she said, or maybe it is, or maybe it ain't. Nah, we go to, listen, we thorough over here. We meet on the Brooklyn Bridge. When you come to the Brooklyn Bridge, what Kim say, you better have a pass when you cross that bridge. So we reached out. We got our brothers from Baltimore. We got our brothers from all over in the building to give us some insight on Race First. And what is Race First, Baba Imhotep, first of all?
That's the great way to start it off. I love that. So this is what I would say. I like to clarify things because I know we're dealing with a small-minded people that try to find things to pick at. So before I give the definition, I like to always preface by saying that the concept of race first comes from the book Tony Martin written called Race First, which was an analysis of Marcus Garvey movement. So I like to say that up front. However, what I'm doing and what the ancestors blessed me with is to bring forth Race First as an actual movement. So the Race First becomes this thought and behavior that places the social, political, and economic interests, spiritual well-being, and overall survival of the Black race first. That's Race First. It's thought and behavior, not just your rhetoric. Your thought must manifest in the actions that places our social, political, economic, and spiritual well-being and interest in our overall material survival first in all matters pertaining to Black people. That's Race First.
That's what I'm talking about. So, I see the flyer. It's going down the end of July. My birthday. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? Team Leo. My birthday. I know it's going to be a lot of energy. Now you're under the energy of the Lions. So, how can, first of all, people reach out to you, number one, if they want to support the movement and they're not able to make it?
Great question. So they want to support the Race First movement. They can cash out. First, they can find me on Facebook or Instagram, Bob Imhotep, they can reach out to me directly. But if they just want to support financially, they can always cash at $ Race First Movement, and then it'll get straight to us. But what I want to say is the emphasis that I want the other guys to talk to is because at this year we got the Race First rally happening in 5 places, right? So it's happening in 5 places, and I want the people to understand that, there was a reason why these other men stepped up to the plate and say, well, we're gonna get involved from where we at, and we're gonna make this thing become a living reality for our people. Because at the end of the day, we have to make everything we do to be about us at front and center. Everything we do. So the Race First rally, which is happening August the 28th, but July 25th, we're kicking off with the National Race First Awareness Week, because that entire week is going to be geared towards centralizing and highlighting the necessity of race first as an applied practice. We're not asking for that from nobody. We are exercising self-determination. We're going to claim it, and we're going to name it, and we're going to act in accordance with it. And we're going to do this every single year, the last week of July.
That's what's up. So, Brother Oba.
Yes, my sister. I'm right here.
Let the people know where you from, where it's going to kick off, where you're at.
I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and our Race First rally will take place on Saturday, August the 28th, along with all the other Race First rallies going on, the 4 other Race First rallies that will be happening. I am one of the co-chairs for our Race First rally. The other co-chair is my brother, Professor Carlton Jones, who's just joined us. We are heading up the Race First Committee here in Philadelphia, and it will be taking place at Carroll Park, located at 59th and Girard Avenue. But and that will start at 2 o'clock, but we're asking for people to meet at 1 o'clock so that we can process through the streets of West Philadelphia, Black West Philadelphia, and we will be meeting at 52nd and Girard, and we will process up to Carroll Park, which will be the site of our Race First rally in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And if you want more information, you can contact 215-796-1987 for any information that you'll need about the Race First rally in Philadelphia on Saturday, August the 28th.
Cool, because actually that's where I will be for my birthday weekend. I will be in Philadelphia, so I got to make sure I stop through. I already reached out to.
Oh, come on through, Sister Keisha. We'd love to have you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So actually, my family reunion that's taking place that same weekend. So I'm definitely going to stop through and show y'all some love. Whip the whip around. I'll find out where the park is at, and I'll definitely come through.
Make sure y'all get a picture. Make sure y'all get a picture for us.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Me and the husband, we definitely gonna stop through because it's something that I wanted to be a part of, but my family reunion was planned 2 years prior. And so my obligation is there. And then also I will be speaking at my family reunion. So I definitely can't skip out on that. But for the rest of the team, come on in here, introduce yourselves. Let the people know, what's going down, how it's going down, how they can hook up, because we got to spread this. And family, for those of you who are watching and those of you who are listening over on Twitch, shout out to the followers on Twitch. I'm going to post a flyer on our social media pages so that you guys can have the information and you can reach out to these brothers. I will get contact information from each of them for those of you who would like to support. What about vending? Is there any vending available out there where you guys are setting up at?
Yeah, I think so. That's something that myself and I'm sure Brother Carl will discuss if there will be vending. Brother Carl, you want to add on to that?
Well, like you said, brother, we're gonna have to, have that conversation, and we just want to make sure that, well, first and foremost, peace and black power to everybody on the line. I see a lot of the family in the building, and I
Peace,
want to thank
peace.
everybody. I see my brother Tad up there, man. What's going on, King?
You already know.
Right. Peace, brother. Baba Imhotep.
Peace.
My brother Oba. And all the panel, and to you, Queen sister. One of the things that we want to make sure we're in perfect alignment with Baba Imhotep's vision for this process. So if everybody is doing it in every city, then that's how we'll roll. That's how
Exactly.
we'll respond.
Right.
Because this is about us being in alignment, us getting on code. This is about us being, as Baba Imhotep said earlier, about us being self-determined, which is something that is falling off in a lot of different places in regards to this whole notion around nation building and Pan-Africanism. So as long as it's in alignment with the brothers and sisters who are organizing and putting this together, then we'll fall along those lines.
That's what's up. Before we move further, I'm going to ask our brothers if you are not speaking to mute your mic so that we don't get any interference when someone else is speaking, because I really want our people to hear exactly what it is that you're saying, and get this information. Now, on the flyer, it says Black consciousness, Black pride, Black solidarity, Black socialization, Black economics, Black politics, Black ideology, Black defense and protection, Black survival, Black empowerment. And I don't know, for those of you who are watching, if you really can't get that and understand what that means, then you in the remedial class, and I don't teach remedial over here. you something wrong with you, because if we are not race first in this day, in this time, you have to be mentally deranged. And oftentimes our people can't really grasp that. And the reason is because there is a huge propaganda machine that say that we should be including everybody. But I've never followed that philosophy. I always equate it to my home. My home is for my family. My home, everything in it and how we operate is for my family. It's not for your family. It's for my family. And so, you have to put race first in elementary terms sometimes for our people to get it. So, Brother Mike Surgeon, how are you, my brother? What's good with you? Open your mic, brother. You gotta open your mic.
Sis, you can unmute him.
No, actually, he doesn't show mute. I'm going to try to pull him out and pull him back in. Maybe that will help. Let's see. Talk to us, brother. Can you talk to us so we can check your mic? It is definitely on your end, my dear. Okay, so we will let him figure those things out. In the meantime, our brother Freddie Savage, what's good with you, King? How you been?
What's good? What's good, Queen? Peace to the panel. Black Power family.
Peace.
Black Power. B48.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm out of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, representing South and in the South. Deep up in this thing. I'm just saying this. We having our situation. It's kind of similar. Like we probably about 80% Africans here, and we're glad to be a part of the race first movement. You know, it's just it's been time. It's what you say, past time. So I'm just glad to be one of the co-hosts on the panel with me. I guess Obafemi, brother Obafemi. We both out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and we just this our first round, and we trying to make sure we do accordingly. You know, we want to make sure protocol is you know up to par. Codes are being enforced, and our flyer, we got a flyer here. We're gonna be at Townsend Park Drive, 1000 Townsend Park Drive, Pine Bluff, Arkansas 71601. It'll begin at 1 p.m. Central Standard, and I think at 2 p.m. out there in the east. But yeah, we just trying to get everything on one accord. I see we've got brother Obafemi right now joining us. He can introduce himself, but we boots on the ground. Like I said, I'm glad that we got a chance to link up with some brothers, like-minded brothers. I'm just among my elders here. I'm probably one of the youngest. I'm 38 years of age, but the ancestors call otherwise because I'm wise, like that. So I just, appreciate being even invited. See, the thing about it, we don't get invited to things like this more very often, and so to make a connection with brothers that's going strong, because if you're not going strong, I mean, you're not going to be on this type of moving situation, because we finna get the train rolling, and no stopping, engines rolling. And that's what we need to do. And that's what I'm expecting. And I know the ancestors are well pleased. But brother Obafemi, he's on the panel. Thank y'all.
That's what's up. Shout out to Pine Bluff. Me in the shoe business. I had some business with some local shoe merchants out there. We'll talk about that on a side, and hopefully, maybe if there is any kind of drive for clothing or shoes or what have you, I could hook you up with some businesses out there that can definitely help you. Brother Obafemi, what's good with you? How are you? All right. I guess he got some technical issues. We got our brother Mike Surgeon back. Let's see. Can't. Let me see. All right. So we should be able to hear Mike now. Mike, can you give me a test so we can see if we can pull you? I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe Ashe, see if you can see something, because I definitely can't. And I know where I am.
He got to change the settings in his
Okay. Okay. Brother Ashe says you need to work on the settings. I'm just checking. Like I said, we have a storm, or had a storm out here a few minutes ago, and where I'm located, like I always say, my power lines and everything are out above us. Nothing is below ground. So sometimes the Wi-Fi and internet connections can go in and out.
It's a button on the bottom that say cam/mic. Try changing that. Make sure your mic is on, and make sure your laptop mic is not muted too, like your laptop. But yeah, we got it feel good to have this much brothers in the room, and the sister too, especially on a national
level.
It.
I feel great. To be in the midst of all these kings. I'm in my glory right now. Yes. So while my brothers figure that out behind the scene, Baba Imhotep, with the race first rally, I like to have everything clear. I don't like any blurred lines, anything like that. What can they expect when the people come out? What can they expect to find when they show up? I'm talking about for those who may be listening and viewing, who've never seen anything like this before, don't know what it's about. Just give us a synopsis, if you will, of what the people can expect when they show up.
Yes. primarily what they can expect and what they should expect in terms of what we're moving towards. So I'll speak about what we did last year and how the first Race First rally unfolded. And what I want people to understand is that central to the opposition that we receive as a people are white people being organized. They're organized around their efforts to crush us. So if we're going to prevent that from occurring, then we equally must be organized, like the shirt that I got on, say, let's get organized. So what happens with the Race First rally is that the central emphasis is getting organized from the people level and even at the level of the organizations. So what they can expect to see is they can see black men and black women moving together in an organized fashion. From one point in Baltimore City, we're moving from Lafayette, we're moving from the Heavy Highland Garnett Park, and we're moving up Lafayette Avenue, and we're going to end at Lafayette Square Park. And once at Lafayette Square Park, we instantly go into a libation from an elder that'll already be there. A libation prayer, because the Race First rallies are sanctified by the ancestors, so we got to do everything in alignment. So we go into libation prayer, and then a brief explanation for me about what the rally is about and what we're trying to achieve with these rallies, and to clarify that we're not protesting and we're not begging or asking for anything. The Race First rallies are it's a declaration of our intent. It's a declaration of our commitment to us. It's us making a statement that we are going to organize and centralize around our race, blackness, our Africanity, and all that we do. And then we'll pour into the different speakers it's designed to deliver a centralized Race First message that can come from any perspective. Now, last year, people say what they can do and very rarely delivers. So last year, a lot of people said they could give I can give a Race First message from this perspective, so on and so forth, but they really didn't. And I don't want to bring people together and they got multiple messages, right? Because our people are going to leave not getting anything, right? If there's multiple messages, they're going to leave and don't get nothing. And so what I'm saying is that it got to be race first. I don't care how you do it. You can do it from politics, economics, you can do it from warfare, but the central theme must be race first. If you cannot do that, you cannot grace the mic, right? So this year, I'll be more clear in showing that every speaker possessed the capacity to deliver that type of message. And then towards the end, I will do a closing speech at the end, and I reiterate all those principles of race first, because the principles are very crucial. So the first thing that's crucial to a race first mentality is black consciousness. If you don't got black consciousness, you're not going to practice race first. It's an impossibility. If you got a white mind, you're not going to think about race first. So that's why black consciousness is the first principle. The first principle. Because that's what we got to work on, getting our minds black. So I'll close there for now.
It's interesting that you said, I believe, Henry Highland Garnett Park.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Let me tell you how the ancestors work. Brother Ashe, SJ, and Brother Tad. Well, Brother Ashe lives. Brother Tad, not right now. The neighborhood in which they come from, I would say, is the neighborhood that Henry Highland Garnett lived in. Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So that connection right there, that's spiritual within itself.
Yes, it is.
We can't overlook that. I don't know if any of you have recently saw the Summer of Soul, a documentary. That documentary is profound.
I just watched it last night, Sister Keisha.
That's what's up, because that thing is profound. Now I'm on time number 5 already. But each time I watch it, it's something different that I learn. Right now, soul music, our music, is crucial to our movement. Right now, we don't have an abundance if you will, of that type of revolutionary music, that type of revolutionary act. So, as Race First continues to move and grow, this is something, brother Oba, that I would love to see come out of that. And I hope everyone in your respective cities and towns, as brother Imhotep said, please take plenty of photos. Please take as much video as you possibly can, because our history will not pass on to the next generation. And it is crucial that our babies and those yet unborn know exactly who you are and what you did and in this time. So please, I can't stress that enough. Record and share that information. If you have to get with some videographers to donate their time to put it all together for you all, please do that, because that's very, very important. One of the things that I learned from watching that documentary is the power of movement of voice. So what you're saying, different speakers coming up to give their perspective on what this is about and how we should move as a people. I hope that all the vendors who are going to be out there with you all take note, because one of the elements of progression that we are lacking is the importance of Black business to Black politics. It is important that Black business support the voice of their consumer. And if their consumer are in one alignment with a political agenda, it is the responsibility of those Black businesses to support that political agenda, to help Race First not only kick off here in the US, but it should be going on in London. It should be going on in Nigeria. It should be going on in Ghana. It should be going in the Gambia. So, I would hope that this can grow into something like that. So for those of you who haven't seen the film, I would recommend it. Pick it apart, study the fashion, study the temperature in which this took place in. I'm talking about the physical temperature that this took place, where it took place, who hosted it, who organized it. How is it that more than 300,000 people showed up in 1969 to a park in Harlem, and all of this history was lost until the resurgence and the revitalization work of the brother Questlove? How is all of this history missing? So we don't want Race First movement to be missing on any level. So please make sure you guys record all of that. Have some, I don't care who do it. If you got to pay a little brother, sister $20 to hold a camera, do that. And that's also crucial. I don't know if you brothers have some young folks who are helping you organize this. Do you? And if so, one at a time, let me know.
I remember, because I'm friends with some of y'all on Facebook and everything, and I saw the pictures from last year, and I definitely saw the youth out there. So that was, something that's very, very important, and I definitely take my hat off and salute y'all brothers. And I got a question as well, but y'all could comment on that one real quick that Keisha just asked.
So I was trying to hold out and let some of the other brothers go first, but
right.
But from my perspective, my overall understanding about the work that need to be done is always multi-generational. So I always seek to bridge all the generations. So if anybody paid attention to what took place last year, the person that was actually the vanguard that was who walked with me is a 20-year-old young brother, and that was his first opportunity. I say, you're going to get the most important job today. You know what I'm saying? He was nervous. He didn't know what to do. I say, this is your job. This is the work. So I took a 20-year-old and stuck him with me so he can feel the intensity. So I believe in bridging all that together.
That's dope, too. And our brother Tad, can contest to that because I know that brother, you know, when he was coming into consciousness, he has a love story about when he met Dr. Khaled. You know what I'm saying? And like just an elder and another warrior that's weathered in this and taking a young warrior right in the fire, right on the fire line, you know, it goes a long, long way, you know. I want to ask y'all brothers too, because what y'all doing is real powerful and it's honestly it's work that not a lot of people are cut out for. You know what I'm saying? Because we talking about actually being on the front line with our people, and even though we love them, we know how damaged our people are. We know that time after time when you try to help our people and love our people, fight our people, they'll fight you when you trying to help them. You know what I'm saying? We know how sick our people are. So standing in the front line, especially in our hoods, where you Baltimore, Arkansas, all of these places, Philly, we damage. You know what I'm saying? So dealing with people like that, like I remember I had a short stint with the New Black Sisters. Shout out to them in New York. And I just collaborated with them. And I remember I was just downtown Brooklyn talking about race first. And that was when we was doing the whole boycott Black Friday. And we almost got into a fight out there dealing with people that like us. You know what I'm saying? Because we so sick. So the question that I want to ask y'all brothers real quick, and maybe the Arkansas brother or maybe Obafemi, somebody else could touch it. I want to ask y'all, because I think this would be beneficial for the listening audience. What y'all do is real tactical, right? When you go out there, you got to have a whole game plan before you go. You can't just go out because the people know BS when they see it. Whether you conscious or not, they know. What do y'all do? What are some of the tactics that y'all use to connect with the people, to actually get the momentum going and get their interest sparked? And I'm talking specifically about the unconscious people, because some of these conscious people that I'm seeing, man, they are not warrior class. They're not about that life. They just want to hold crystals and sing kumbaya and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's a lot of warriors, especially out here where we at, and we all at too, I know. And that's the ones that we really need. We need the warrior class, women and men, to really hear that argument, hear that war horn, and pick up the shield and the spear. So what are some of the tactics that I use to really like spark the interest of these people that might not even heard of anything conscious before when you at a race first rally? What are the things that y'all use to do that?
If I may, I'll start off here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. We hosted, well, we didn't host, but we was a part of nonviolent. I guess it was more like a rally at on the east side of our town in St. John's Apartments projects, which is probably known as one of the kingpin projects, if I may say. Like, and they had a like calling a truce out there, and we kind of showed up. We wasn't too deep, but we was deep enough to get some respect and gain some respect, and show some love, So we automatically got with the people on the panel, the people of the strength from the community, the gang, the gangsters, the foundation people that was established in the neighborhoods that was hosting the event, and they assured us that we was good, like at all costs. Like we'll shut it down because y'all brothers out here, you out here, you red, black, and green, and you flagging it up, and we respect that, because it's not a lot of people doing that, and what you're doing is dangerous. And I see that you don't have a lot of people, but we're here to lock arms with you guys, So we went out there and we kind of did a walk with them about 6 blocks to Jefferson Square in Pine Bluff and on Olive Street, and we came out there with flags, and we raised the flags, and brothers came together. We took a big group picture. You probably can go find it on our page somewhere, and I mean, they kind of, rallied around it, and they didn't probably understand it, but they knew it was positive. They knew it was something that, they had seen before. And most time when they see it, it has control. The people who are rallying around our flag and represent it, they have control. They boots on the ground. They do have the respect. So we don't expect nothing less.
I would say, if I could add on, I would say something interesting. Last year, I went to the inaugural Race First rally in Baltimore City with Baba Imhotep. And one of the things he spoke on, and I think was so true, and one of the things I wanted to touch on as well, was the idea that you have to engage the community at a level and where they're at. You can't run from them. You can't dodge them. You can't hide from them. You can't talk around them. You can't talk over them. You can't talk under them. You have to engage them where they're at. You have to meet the needs of the community. One of the things that our community need as Black people, as African people, is the idea of food, clothing, shelter. You know what I mean? Ways in which we can help to administer and help those individuals in our communities in need. You know what I mean? We have to find some way to deal with the violence. You know what I'm saying? And really talk about that. Really, really go into that, because Philadelphia right now, it's off the hook here. It's off the hook. I mean, it's really, really needed here in Philadelphia, the Race First Rally. And that's why myself and brother Professor Carlton Jones came together and said, hey, when the idea was introduced by Baba Imhotep to have other cities be sites for the Race First Rally, I said, yeah, you know, and I was just coming back into the city, and I was like, yeah, definitely. It's something that we need to do. We got to meet the people where they're at, and we have to really engage them, you know what I mean, in a way that we're not, you know, talking over them or feeling as though we're superior because we have knowledge of ourselves and we know who we are as African people. But the fact of the matter is, engage them at a level in which they can easily process the need to improve our conditions in our community with small things, not big things, but small tasks. Because I always believe that the small brings on the big. You know what I mean? Things that they can go home and do today. You know what I mean? That can change the quality of their life just a little bit. And if they can see improvement in those areas, then, you know, we add, you know, some more things on their plate. But you got to engage the community. I think that's necessary. It's essential. And I think that's why we do what we do. And that's why we're going to do what we're going to do on the 28th of August.
That's what's up, and I would agree. You know, Philadelphia is a strange land. That is home of the boule. So yes, y'all got it pretty rough out there. Trust me, some strange folks out there. Can't lie about that. Brother Mike, let's see if we can get you in now. Are we good now? They don't like Brother Mike. I don't know. Maybe StreamYard, they flagging you, Brother Mike. He said, oh no, not that one. Keep him quiet. But let me see, Brother Obafemi, can we hear you?
Can y'all hear me?
We got you. We got you.
Hey, I've been having trouble this whole time, in and out, in and out. Now train, I didn't have to come outside. Train coming now, so they don't want me to talk, I guess. But hey, I'm just glad to be on here. A lot of powerful brothers and sisters on here. Thank you for this platform. But yo, I'm in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Like my brother Freddie said, race first is the order of the day. You know what I'm saying? We should be waking up and going to sleep at night. Race first. You know what I'm saying? The 9 areas of people activity, as Dr. Wilson gave us, and everything that we do. You know, race first has to be at the forefront of how we think, how we act. You know what I'm saying? How we treat one another every day. So, I know Freddie spoke a little bit about how we've been connecting with people. You know, we into agriculture here, so you know, we took an empty lot. You know what I'm saying? With 3 empty lots basically, and revitalize them. We get people out in the community coming out, seeing what we do. But we got the flags out there, so they know. You know, when they come out there, what it is. We got brothers and sisters on the same street now. They didn't put flags up on their house. You know what I'm saying? But they saw us put it down there first. You know, so I'm trying to black out the whole block. You know what I'm saying as well. So that's kind of how we move, and you know what I'm saying, engaging people where they at, but understand we got some serious work to do. So I just want to speak a little bit.
That's what's up. I might have to take a trip down there to Pine Bluff one day. I got to.
I was
It's
saying,
been a
word.
minute. It's been a minute. But and anytime, like I said, it was definitely for business. But I definitely got to make a trip down that way and check you all out. It's important. Brother Leonard says, my mother used to have the same mindset. You got to meet young people where they are, and peace be upon his mother, who was a good friend of mine, a good elder, gave me a lot of guidance and information that I needed. And he said the only other person he ever seen to do it was myself. Shout out to you, Brother Lenore. Thank you for that. It's very strategic, pulling young people in, even when the elders do not agree. But like I used to tell my elders, if white folks can pay me six figures, damn near six figures, to do it for them, why can't you just trust that I know what the hell I'm doing? You might not like it, but the result, you will have exactly what you want. And I was fortunate enough to have elders who understood where I was coming from with that and allowed me to take the reign to do what it is that I do best. And that's how I came together with Brother Tad and Brother Ashe. Getting them to the United African Movement was definitely strategic. Um, and Brother Tad can tell you when me and him first chopped it up, Brother Tad is a little reserved. And it was something that he wasn't a little bit comfortable with doing at that time. And I said, yeah, you're going to do it. You're going to be good at it. And we're going to do other things in the future. Because I saw
Yes, she
something,
did.
whether he saw it or not, I saw something. The same with Brother Ashe. You know, if I see something in that, I'm going to definitely pull that out of you, whether you like it or not. But I know my brother Tag got to cut out in a minute. Let him chop it up with y'all real quick so he can do what he has to do.
Yeah, I just want to thank the brothers for coming through. It's definitely good meeting a lot of you brothers. Me and Baba Imhotep go back some years, as well as brother Professor Carl Tone Jones. Those are my brothers for a few years now. I definitely love and respect these brothers and salute and just proud to say that I know these brothers and consider them comrades and friends. Today is my baby Kayla's 14th Queen Day, so I definitely gotta spend a little bit of time with my baby, before the moon goes down and the sun comes back up. But again, brothers, I truly, truly appreciate y'all and y'all efforts. And don't worry, next year we will organize to have New York on board, and we're gonna make this thing spread like wildfire,
That's what's
because
up.
it's necessary. It's definitely necessary. So I want y'all brothers to stay up. To all the people in the audience, we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is just my sincere appreciation. Y'all stay up, stay blessed, and stay true. And remember, no matter how hard things may seem, it's always better days ahead. A BB for Hodier family.
Big
Peace.
Rhodey. And can I say something real quick, Sister Keisha?
Sure, go right ahead.
Yeah, I will be remiss if I don't mention, that you and Brother Ted have supported the Race First movement, not only by letting us come on the platform, but financially you have given to it. So I want to say that, and I appreciate that because it speaks volumes about the character, So I most definitely wanted to say that. I want to add so people can know, like, yeah, you about the work that you talk about, and that's what it's about.
Definitely. That's just, if I give my word on something, then I'm going to try to make it so. Unless there's a health issue or death, I'm going to try to make it so. If it's something that I can't do, I'm going to also tell you that too. That's above my pay grade. I can't rock. I pretty much try to stay in my lane with what I do and what I know. And I'll just leave it at that. So let me see. We got Brother Obafemi back in here. We got Brother Freddie Savage in here. You guys want to give your closing comments? Anything you want the people to know? And also where they can follow y'all on social media. Let the folks know. We definitely going to post it up on our social platforms.
So again, we doing the race first rally here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. This the mecca for black folk in Arkansas. So if you come to Arkansas Pine Bluff and you ask about what's going on, you gonna hear my name, you gonna hear Brother Freddie's name, hands down. Cause we boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So August 28th, 1 p.m. we at Townsend Park. You can find us on social media. Myself, my personal page, Obafemi Kinsier Delele. And also we got an event page for the Race First Rally here in Pine Bluff. And also you can check us out, GSC Community Gardens. We in our 4th year of community gardens, teaching people how to grow for themselves. And, feeding ourselves is part of this process. So
That's what's up, brother. Brother Freddie, any closing comments before we let you slide up out of here, King?
Yeah. I appreciate the panel, y'all for having us. I'm just elated just to be in the presence. Everything it happens for a reason, and the ancestors saw it fit for us. Man, I see strength, I see unity, I see the now. You know what I mean? Not what's next, not what's now. You know what I mean? And that's I shaded that. So peace and love, Black Power, family. Hey, it's up from here.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And like I said, we definitely support you guys. We definitely on board with it. And of course, as my brother Taz said, hopefully next year we can get Brooklyn in particular on board with it and put some political agenda afoot to stop the onslaught, the blood that is flowing on us right now. You got the Asian doing their thing, you got LGBTs and whatever doing their thing, but we have to organize so that we can even start at the petition phase to demand local politicians understand that race first movement is nothing to play with.
That's
and
right.
Either you play ball with us or we're gonna run you over.
Run you over.
Period. Period. And I know the shenanigans that go on in Baltimore. Believe me, as far as the political realm is there, I know the shenanigans that go on there, and we can definitely do that in a year's time. It's nothing that I haven't done before. So shout out to brother, sister Pat. Definitely, we get you on board with that as well. Brother Lenard will get you on board with that as well. And they are two who can vouch for, beginning at that petition stage is very critical. And that will shake boots, even in that phase when we come as a united front, as a group. They could attest to that because we definitely did that already here. Brother Oba, your comments, closing thoughts?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Brother Ashe and Brother Tad, for allowing us some thorough black talk. Sister Keisha, got much love for you, much respect for you. Brother Ashe, my brother, I'm very familiar with you as well. And Brother Tad, I'm very familiar with him as well. It's just a great opportunity to be on this program tonight. And I definitely want to thank Baba Imhotep for bringing this thing into this vision into reality. When the ancestors speak, sometimes we may ignore what they tell us, but it was through him. He's a vessel, much like my brother, my dear brother Ahmed Akil Tahir, who passed away in 2012, the founder of the African Independence Day Maya celebration in Philadelphia. When the ancestors speak, when the Creator speaks, there's messages that he gives to very few people. And either you can move on it or you don't. And it was a message that was given to my brother Baba Imhotep, and he moved on it. And this thing is growing. I mean, to go from one city last year, Baltimore City, now to 5 cities. New York wants to add on next year. This thing can be a national movement, unlike the likes that we've never seen before.
That's right.
The power and the potential of this thing is awesome. And I'm saying this, and I'll wrap it up. I'm saying this because as I told Baba Imhotep yesterday, it was just a blessing, man, a beautiful move to say, hey, you know what? The ancestors have put on my heart and on my mind to have a race first week, a national race first week. That's awesome. The last week in the month of July, taking us right into Black August. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Because we have our celebration, African Independence Day, every first Saturday in the month of August, which is basically one of the kickoff events nationally for Black August. So it's just beautiful. And Baba Imhotep's going to be a part of African Independence Day as well.
Yes.
But it's just beautiful. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just grateful to work with these brothers. You know, Brother Obafemi, you know, just all my brothers, man. Brother Carl, everybody, man. This is something just so special. And I'm just really excited. I'm hyped and just looking forward to it.
Yes.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We definitely gonna do this. You got a lot of support in the chat. Brother Lenore said this has to be a national movement. Definitely. We gonna make it happen here in New York, Brother Lenore. We gonna do that when the three of us can get together, because our schedules are so busy. But we are definitely going to narrow down some time to hopefully have New York in particular, Brooklyn, if not for certain, to be a part of this as well, because we have to move in tandem. There are so many different things that are going on, but if we come together as a collective, we're unstoppable. One of the things that I want to leave you all with, and Sister Pat, who is in the chat, Sister Joyce is in the chat, and Brother Leonard is in the chat. I want you all to consider what I said very seriously, to begin with that petition stage, because this was not in the documentary about the brothers of the Central Park rape allegation. But if it wasn't for the United African Movement securing bail for those young boys, that wasn't in the documentary. If it wasn't for the United African Movement to begin at the petition stage, those brothers who had survived that prison stint would not have received reparations. We started all of that. These are things that they will never point out to you. So that's also why I encourage you all to record, write down, keep a written history of this, especially as this thing begins to grow, because I know you're going to have other brothers and sisters in other cities who definitely going to want to be on board. And you guys are the blueprint, and that history should never be lost, ever. No matter how big this thing goes, always remember who the blueprint are, who started the blueprint. Because when we are all gone, and we all gonna leave here, like I always say, unless we got a magic pill, we up out of here. But it's important that we leave our babies with a blueprint, so that they can continue on when we are no longer here. So again, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We love what you're doing. And anything you want our people to know, just hit us up on the inbox, DM us, and we'll make sure it goes out to the people and make sure we'll get it out there. Brother Oba, I will see you. Brother C, I will see y'all in Philadelphia, definitely the end of this month. We definitely going to meet up. I'm going to be out there rocking it with y'all and all that.
All right. We'd love to have you. You know what I'm saying? BB48, race
Can I
first.
get 1 minute real quick?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So I just want to reiterate for everyone that's in the chat, July 25th, 2021, National Race First Awareness Week, from the 25th to the 31st. Some of the ways in which you can observe that week is speak race first, talk about race first, do the flyer. You know, you can host a race first event, go to race first event, watch Black documentaries, talk to your children about race first, support at least one Black organization, donate to the race first movement. Like, This week is ours. We're not asking for it. It's sanctified by the ancestors because it came from them through me to us. Let's do this, y'all. This is our time. We are living in historic times. Let's own these times.
That's what's up. And for those of you who saw the Summer of Summer, when Nina Simone read the poem with the drums in the back, Black people, are you ready? You have to see that clip. Even if you don't see the film, just go to YouTube and put in Nina Simone, are you ready? And see what that was about. Feel that energy, because we definitely want this thing to grow. Again, thank you, brothers, for coming on with us. We love you. We appreciate you. Salute, and keep doing what you're doing.
All right, thank you, sis.
BB48, race first.
Peace, peace. A BB48.
Yo,
Peace,
Keisha,
peace, family.
You hear me, sis?
I got you, Ashe.
You can hear me?
I can hear you, Ashe. We good.
Yo, I just want to say to them brothers, man, I wanted to say it before they got off, but it's all good. I just wanted to say, like I said earlier, what they doing is super powerful, man, because our people love symbolism. It's unfortunate. It's a gift and a curse. We love symbolism. We fall for symbolism over and over again, family, because most of the time it be empty symbolism. It be hollow symbolism. You know what I'm saying? And all it is a symbol with no action behind it. But what these brothers is doing, the brothers said they gonna have the RBG flags. Even just seeing these brothers and sisters in a group out there together, just the image of them talking about race first is a symbol, family. And our people love symbolism. So what do? Just like it's negative propaganda out there, we got to spread positive propaganda. We got to have positive symbolism. We have some symbols. We have some of our revolutionaries that really was about action. Now, in the modern era, we got to have some more symbols. Some powerful. Let's take back our symbolism, family. Not just have it hollow. So what these brothers are doing is going to have some powerful symbolism out there. They coming out there just to present to the people and let the people know where they stand. And that's going to be super powerful, family. I mean, even if you look at the symbolism in it, we know we don't rock with Black Lives Matter. But look at Ferguson in general, when Mike Brown got murdered, the symbolism of just everybody coming outside. Everybody saying, no, that's enough. We're going to riot. We're going to burn things down. We're going to hurt these devils if we got to, these police. The symbolism in that was able to unite the gang members. The symbolism in people being outside together, Black people coming together, just that image made Bloods and Crips and Ferguson come together and unite and say, we ain't banging on each other. We gonna call a truce. We gonna bang on these devils. So that's powerful. That's meaningful symbolism right there. You know what I'm saying? So what these brothers is about to do when they on the front lines, that's something that is not only a symbol for this day and age, but it's going down in history. You know how these devils like to control a narrative. They like to highlight certain things in history, and then they throw other parts of history that really happened. They put that in the shadows. They never teach you about that in their textbooks or in their Wikipedia. They only highlight what they want you to know, and that's how they change history. Well, this is why independent Black media and boots on the ground, brothers and sisters, just like the Race First movement, is necessary, absolutely critical, because they are going to come and change history to favor us. This is legacy. Race First movement is legacy, family. This is what we're about. So let's make sure we move forward in the spirit of our ancestors with that. When it comes to symbolism, it ain't nothing wrong with symbolism. It's just something wrong with the symbolism that we've been spoon-fed. President Obama, what was his symbol? Hope, right? That was his slogan, hope.
Change. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Symbolism, right? Even these presidents have slogans and things like that. That's their symbolism. You know what I'm saying? Trump had, what was it? Make America Great Again. So we got to make sure that we are not only providing our people, because the youth need that. You heard what the brother said when I asked the question. I said, what are some of the tactics that y'all use to reach the people that might not be conscious or Afrocentric or never even heard of nothing like that? But they still can differentiate right from wrong. They still know truth when they hear it. So how do you reach and spark the minds of those people? You know what I'm saying? The brother said you got to meet the people where they are. You know? It's powerful. It's power in that, family. But you ain't going to meet the people where they are if they can't see you actually taking action. If all they see or all they do is hear empty rhetoric, then that's what you call hollow symbolism. Shallow symbolism. But we need some meaningful symbolism. So shout out to them brothers, man. I really appreciate all of them brothers. I'm looking forward to building, you know, a closer relationship. And we definitely on board, fam. You know, whatever we could do. The brother that didn't get to talk, you welcome to come back another week. If you want to come back up here, this is our platform. This is African People Platform, family. So all y'all got to do is drop a line. You know what I'm saying? We give you some time. Drop a line, we give you the time, baby. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to them brothers, man. So, sister, we got a couple more minutes.
We got to get into Haiti. We got to deal with Haiti, brother Ashe. You know, a lot of things have been going on, brother.
I don't know, sis, because I don't think I got enough time to talk about Haiti because I got so much. I brought so much to the table. I mean, since this, you know, we always talk about
it. You got to do it, brother. You got to do it because the time is now. And like I said, you know, this race first, you know, it's kicked off in B-more, but now it's in several cities. We wanted to grow across the continent through the diaspora. We want to race first week in Jamaica. We want to race first week in Trinidad. We want to race first week in Haiti right now. So you definitely got to kick that off. What's been going on right now in Haiti, brother Ashe?
Well, what's not going on in Haiti right now? That's the question. So much is going on in Haiti right now, family. I mean, it's been going on for centuries now, if you think about it. You know, even after our brothers and sisters won that battle and defeated Napoleon's army, what was that, 1803? That was even since back then. Right after that, our people still been struggling, still fighting. 1804, I think that's when they declared that, you know, they was free. That's January 1st. But the battle was 1803 when they actually won. But listen, family, I got so much information to share. I'm going to just share some bullet points with y'all. I mean, most of y'all probably heard already what's going on with the president. The president of Haiti, well, I should say the former president now, because just yesterday, I don't know if it was last night or whatever, but he was assassinated. His name is Jovenel Moise. I don't know how to pronounce, if I'm saying it right, Jovenel Moise. That's how you say his last name, Juvenile. Not Juvenile the rapper. Juvenile. I know Juvenile the rapper is in the hot topics in the news right now too. We ain't talking about Juvenile. We talking about Juvenile. You gotta say it with your Haitian accent. But listen, family, he was assassinated, and unfortunately, Haiti has been plagued with corruption. You know what I'm saying? Like violence, murder. The politicians are taking money, stealing money under the table. You got these fake organizations that act like they perpetrate like they really about humanitarianism. You know what I'm saying? And then they come and steal all of the money. We remember what happened with the earthquake. You know what I'm saying? So I had this whole presentation. I don't even know if I'm going to have time, but first I wanted to tell y'all about what happened, because all this is connected, family. And the problem is not enough of us pay attention. And that's why we always say on Thorough Black Talk, we always have to have a worldview. We always have to have a Pan-African mindset. because what happens to Africans in other places definitely affects us. And we are the ones that don't realize it, but our enemies realize it, because it's very strategic and tactical how they plan out their wars against us. It's spiritual wars, it's physical wars, psychological wars, and all of that. Haiti is one of the strongholds for when it comes to successful revolts, successful revolutions. The most successful one in history, probably, besides on the African continent, where they freed themselves. You know what I'm saying? But so what happened right now in the news? The president of Haiti, he was just assassinated. There's a lot of talks about corruption and things of that nature. Like I said,
well, the former president, Shay, he was instilled and sanctioned by the U.S. government, so already that's suspect. Now, there is footage that was released, when these persons arrived on his premises, one of them shouting out that this is the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency of the United States, to stand down. Now, there is some skepticism about that. At least that's what mainstream media is reporting. But this is nothing new. When U.S. governments have got involved in other country coups, if you will, removal of persons they deem unsavory. Now, the United States government has a history of propping people up in foreign lands and then pulling them back. So I'm not skeptical or anything. I just know how this government and the U.S. Army and military work. So I didn't want to cut you off, but I had to throw that in there.
Nah, you're absolutely right. So what I was gonna begin with, right, is not even the current President Jovenel, but the president before him. When we talking about what's happening in Haiti right now, we have to peel back all the layers, family. The president before him, right, before the president that just got murdered, his name was Michel Martelly or Michael Martelly. This guy, right, he was the president during the Haitian, when the earthquake hit in 2020, he was the current president. Right after the earthquake hit, he actually came in and won his presidency due to the earthquake and due to the fact that he was also famous already for being a musician. And it's unfortunate because he's one of the founding members, if not the founding members, one of the most influential members of compa music, which is the Haitian genre of music that I love. But he utilized his entertainment platform to galvanize all of the momentum and all the popularity to move into politics. And that's how he became the president. So his stage name was Sweet Mickey. Now, family, if the stage name Sweet Mickey don't kick off them goddamn spider senses in your head, listen, family, I'm talking about he on stage, pink outfits, all of that. I'm even worse. I got images to show you. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me actually show, because I could show y'all better than I could tell y'all. Let me show you real quick.
That's facts, brother Ashe. Facts.
I'm going to share the screen just so y'all can see. Boom.
Didn't he pull his pants down one time, I think?
Keisha, you see the screen? You see it? You can see the screen?
I see it. You got to add it to the stream. You want me to add it to the stream?
Boom. Yeah, add it to the stream. Boom, right? I saved a couple photos. So let me show y'all the president before this president, right? Sweet Mickey. I'm going to show y'all some images of him. This is what he actually, well, let me see. Do I got a picture of what he looks like on a normal day-to-day? I don't have that picture. But this is what he really looks like on a normal day-to-day. This is Sweet Mickey right here. Y'all see it? You see it, Keisha? You can see it, right?
I can see it, but you need to expand it, Ashe.
Oh, okay. Hold up.
Double click it.
Boom. Let me see if that's going to open it up so y'all can see it. You can't see it, Keisha? Yo, you can see it?
I see it, but you need to expand it. It's still in thumbnail mode.
I'm trying to show y'all the damn, you know, I don't know how to work this thing.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Maximize the joint because people need to see this dude. This dude right here, Sweet Mickey. Matter of fact, I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. I got to open all of them. And once I open all of them joints, all right, boom, there we go. I shade tripping. This how we going to do it right. So you can actually see what I'm talking about, family. This dude.
Open your image first and then add it to the stream.
Boom. All right. All right, here we go. Bear with me, family. It's something y'all probably don't even really want to see, but
yeah,
this
there you go. Hold on. Here we go.
Sweet Mickey. Oh, man, family. That's just one image, but it's plenty of images of this dude literally in drag. This is the artist, one of the biggest artists in Haiti, literally in drag. Look at this one, y'all. Disgusting, right? This is Sweet Mickey, family. So this is the president that Haiti had literally right before this current president, right? Now, why am I showing y'all this? I'm not showing y'all just to discuss y'all. In 1996, at this carnival in Haiti, right? This guy went and dressed up in a wig and a bra. He said it was a political statement. This is when he was just a musician. He dressed up in a wig and a bra. Then he made a statement, said, if you see me as gay, I'm gay. What you think of me is no problem. As far as I'm concerned, you have the right to think what you want. I know who I am, and that's the main thing. Yeah, we know who you are. We see who you are. We see exactly who you are, Sweet Mickey. So after this, right, he started performing at a bunch of rallies and things of that nature. Mind you, Haiti is a place where a lot of coup d'etats happen. Coup d'etat basically means a seizure of power. So when they don't like the presidency and the government at that time, the revolutionaries, the armed military, not the actual government military, but armed forces and gangs would come together and go in the White House or whatever you call it, the parliament, and murder the president to seize power and control of the country. So that's a coup d'etat. So Sweet Mickey at the time actually was supporting a coup d'etat of the then current president. So he would go and perform at rallies, but this is what he would do. He would perform basically wearing panties on the stage, talking about this some kind of political statement, right? Then what happened was, after a while, they realized what he was about. So he went on tour. He went to America and all of that. They said, you can't come back. Because they was trying to catch his ass. They was trying to catch him lacking. Because the president at the time actually put him on a hit list and said, look, you support the coup, you on a hit list. His wife had to let him know, like, yo, don't come back here because they're going to get you. So he ended up living in Florida. This is why I'm showing you all of this. Because now, Sweet Mickey, he's living in Florida, in the U.S., of course. Now, what happens while he's in the U.S.? Who knows? Who knows who approached him? You know what I'm saying? But when he was in the U.S. living in Florida, I can tell you one thing. He defaulted on, I think they said $1 million worth of loans, and 3 of his houses that he had out here in America went to foreclosure. So Sweet Mickey wasn't doing so good, right? Mind you, he got all this popularity in Haiti. It's a small place. You know, it's a lot of corruption already. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody approached Sweet Mickey and said, yo, go into politics. We got you. So what happened was when the earthquake hit, that was 2020 when the earthquake hit. 2010, my fault. 2010 when the earthquake hit. Sweet Mickey, his last name is Martelli. He actually ran for president, and when he ran for president, he won. But it was a lot of controversy around it. Basically, they were saying that he was losing. He didn't have the majority vote, but it wasn't until I think they said the one of the rounds of the election, the Organization of American States, which is basically an organization, obviously from America, that operates in Haiti. They forced his running mate, the person's name was Jude Celestine. They forced that person to withdraw from the election because they were saying that person had fraud. But who the hell knows of an American or any other country going to some country and forcing them to tell their country how to vote? Like, that don't sound right. What country besides America goes into other countries and tell people how to vote? Even when Russia did that, they didn't do that. They kind of like manipulated it, but they couldn't go in and say, oh, you're going to vote for him and you're going to resign from the election. But America already has their strings. They already puppeteering Haiti and things of that nature. So what happened was this guy, Sweet Mickey Martelli, he used all his celebrity status and he basically won. But a lot of people were saying it was the allegations of fraud. They playing with the ballots and things of that nature. But he used his celebrity status as a musician and the fact that he was holding all of these rallies and having musical rallies to draw in crowds and media attention. So that's how he benefited. Also, this was the first representation of Bill Clinton in Haiti, because at the time, Bill Clinton was the UN special envoy to Haiti. At the time when all of this was going on, Bill Clinton was doing things, shaking and moving in Haiti. Also, who else did he have holding him down? Sweet Mickey was working with the U.S. Secretary of State at the time, who was none other than Hillary Clinton. Now, y'all know when the goddamn Hillary Clinton Foundation took all of that money from Haiti, all of that Red Cross money, people was donating. Everybody's a humanitarian, right? Donating to Haiti, Red Cross. None of that money went to goddamn Haiti. They still struggling. They were supposed to go through what we kind of went through, which is they called it reconstruction in Haiti. Never happened. If you go to Haiti to this day, right now, you still see houses down, crumbled from 2010 to 11 years ago due to the earthquake. You know what I'm saying? But this is what Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton did. They connected. So this was the first step. They connected with him as a president. They helped him become president. And they manipulated them. So what Keisha is saying is facts. When we talk about how the U.S. goes into these places, especially a small place like Haiti that doesn't have a huge population or doesn't have infrastructure, doesn't have money.
Or a military.
Or a military. Now they currently have a military, but at that time they didn't. And military, they stopped the military because there was so much corruption with that too, Keisha. And I'm not saying that was Haiti at all either, because like we said, the U.S. had their hands in all of this. So they paying off some of these military people to go corrupt. You know what I'm saying? Paying these people under the table, you know? So I would never say, oh, it's just Haitian people. Like people try to put the term on Haitian people and say, oh, Haitian people is crazy, it's voodoo and all that. Nah. The problem is we are giving half of the story and we're not getting the independent black media that's boots on the ground in Haiti. So we hearing things from Al Jazeera, CNN, you know what I'm saying? All of these things, but we're not getting the real facts. So what happened, right? Sweet Mickey. I showed y'all the pictures. His name is Sweet Mickey. That was his musical name. His real name is Michael, what's it? Michael something. Let me see. Michael Martelli. Y'all can look it up, family. He already had ties. They already said it was controversy when he first got elected because they said it was fraud. You know what I'm saying? What else happened? He had other powerful connections. They made a documentary on him, matter of fact. And who was in the documentary? None other than Praz, one of the most popular Haitian descendants in history. Pras from the Fugees. Remember, the Fugees got Lauryn Hill, Wyclef, and Pras as the third member. Well, Pras went out, collaborated with some white people, and put together a documentary on Sweet Mickey. Of course, everybody is in love with Sweet Mickey because of the contribution that he did to Haitian music. So he galvanizing that. Meanwhile, under the table, he corrupt as hell. So Pras went in. Pras even went, I got a picture of that, but I can't really work the image. I got to spend some time figuring that out. But Pras actually was wearing pink sweaters. You know what I'm saying? Running around with pink sweaters because he's supporting Sweet Mickey, and pink is like Sweet Mickey's color. I done showed you he had on a pink dress. So why Pras would want to wear that, I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? But what else happened during this earthquake time? We got to go back in time and remember what was happening. It wasn't just an earthquake. The UN was going hard in Haiti. Do y'all remember that? If you don't, go back in time. Go back and study the
kidnapping,
the United Nations.
Trafficking. Shout out to Attorney Easily Danto, who was on boots on the ground on that and pulled some of them folks behind bars. Go ahead, Brother Ashe.
That's absolutely right. The United Nations was in Haiti during this time of humanitarianism, and they had their troops there. The UN had tanks and all this craziness. Matter of fact, there's a good documentary. I believe it's a Vice documentary, if I'm not mistaken. It might be Al Jazeera, but it's either Vice or Al Jazeera, but you can YouTube it. It's a really good documentary on, just type UN in Haiti, United Nations military troops in Haiti. You could see how they was rolling out there with tanks, guns, and all of that. And what was they doing? Raping our young sisters in Haiti. Murdering our brothers, but specifically they spent a lot of time raping women in Haiti. Now, if that's not bad enough, after the earthquake hit and after the UN came in and started raping and pillaging our brothers and sisters out there, the goddamn dirty UN devils that came in, these troops that were supposed to come in and help the people of Haiti, turned out to be the goddamn predators. Not only was they raping our sisters, but they passed this disease called cholera. Cholera was being spread through the goddamn UN troops. So now they got the earthquake. They got to deal with reconstruction. They already got a horrible infrastructure. They got corruption. Now they got a pandemic. They got chlorella. So that outbreak hit. Once that outbreak hit, it killed like 10,000 Haitians. And this is after the goddamn earthquake that killed so many people. And these are supposed to be the UN peacekeepers, right? That's what they call them, the peacekeepers. Look it up, family. They denied.
Don't forget, don't leave out the gold that they stole that was found under the ground as well. All of that at the same time. Go ahead, Brother Ashe.
Exactly. These fake peacekeepers, right? But really, they the ones hurting the people. So during this time of the earthquake, mind you, Sweet Mickey, he's the president, the one in the dress. Yo, $9 billion in humanitarian assistance. $9 billion in donations came in. Never saw the people of Haiti. Never reconstructed. Where did that money go? On top of that, $2 billion, so that's $11 billion we had now. $2 billion additional of oil and supplies donated from specifically Venezuela. Now, I don't trust no goddamn Venezuela. My family is from Trinidad. Venezuela is right above Trinidad. You can see Venezuela from certain parts of Trinidad. The reason there's so much drugs, cocaine, dope, all of that stuff is because it comes directly over the boat from Venezuela. The reason there's so much violence and crime in Trinidad is because of drugs coming directly from Venezuela. So I don't trust no goddamn Venezuela. So a lot of people said that the country of Haiti was even worse during the reconstruction period when they was getting all of these donations. It was worse than when it began. Worse than a goddamn earthquake, worse than before the earthquake. After the earthquake, the reconstruction period was worse because that's when people started taking money that was supposed to go for the initiatives. You know what I'm saying? People started getting corrupt. They said it was even worse. So now Martelli, right? The president at the time, Sweet Mickey, He was accused of corruption. It was allegations during the earthquake that he accepted the money from Venezuela. He took bribes. Check this out. He took bribes to ensure that a Dominican Republic of all goddamn people, to ensure that the Dominican Republic Construction Company would continue to receive contracts under his presidency. Dominicans are the ones that, first of all, they share the same island. It was called Hispaniola. They share the same island, and they act all bougie and put their nose in the air of our Haitian brothers and sisters. Some of the Dominicans is black, and they act like they ain't black. They was the ones out there murdering and hurting our brothers and sisters when the brothers was trying to leave Haiti and the sisters was trying to flee Haiti because they didn't have nowhere to live during the earthquake. They was running over to their neighboring country, DR. And what was the Dominicans doing? Chopping off legs, beating them, telling them you can't come to Dominican Republic.
Lynching
them. Go back to Haiti. Deal with your earthquake on your own. So you'll never see Ashe going to Dominican Republic for vacation. Why would I do that? Only I want to go to DR. Haiti is the same goddamn island, and guess what? It's the same water. It's clear as hell. They don't even show you how clear the water is in Haiti. They don't show you how beautiful the water is in Haiti. They don't show you how beautiful the waterfalls and the beaches, the sand on the beach, and all of the natural resources. They don't show you that. But Haiti is just as beautiful, maybe even more beautiful than Dominican Republic. It's the same goddamn island. So you ain't gonna see Ashe there. So another allegation that they said Sweet Mickey did, 2013, they said he met with the Polish arms dealer Pierre Dadak and two Canadian businessmen. A lot of y'all Haitians, y'all try to say, oh, Canada, these white devils that come to Haiti, because y'all share a French language, y'all think they y'all brothers and sisters. But check this out. Polish and Canadian businessmen met with this dude, Sweet Mickey, the former president, to discuss a $20 billion plan to develop this joint. It was going to be a plan that was supposed to be for like arms and, you know, they were basically buying weapons. This is when Sweet Mickey had reinstated the military in Haiti. So he was going to buy weapons. They said they was going to do this whole reconstruction thing. Nothing ever happened. $20 billion. So where the money went? Where is the money, family? He took the bag and went right to his bank. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? So in 2013, I don't know if y'all recall, it was a lot of different protests throughout the years. Haiti has had so many different revolts and things of that nature over different things. It's all the same. It's all corrupt politicians. So they had anti-government politicians in 2013. They were talking about the cost of living was high. I remember one year I actually planned to go to Haiti. They started rebelling over the gas prices at that time, so I couldn't go. You know what I'm saying? So just the price of living is through the roof, and it's simply because the rich want to get richer and greedy, and they just want to be corrupt. Now, why is Ashe telling you the whole story about Sweet Mickey? Because Sweet Mickey actually was the one who created his party, his political party. It's called the Tet Kale Party, Haitian Tet Kale or Tet Calais. Haitian Tet Calais Party. That's his political party that he won. Sweet Mickey won presidency of his own party. After the people revolted and said, Sweet Mickey, you need to get out of office now. We don't want you as the president no more. When Sweet Mickey resigned, he tapped Jovenel right on the shoulder. He brought Jovenel in under his party. So the current president, the one that just got assassinated yesterday, was under the same goddamn tutelage and the same party as Teta Kel, the political party that Sweet Mickey started. So how you figure anything is going to be different when you got the protege of the corrupt president as the current president? You know what I'm saying? Ain't a goddamn thing different. Matter of fact, before Jovenel got his presidency, he was already involved in scandal and corruption. In fact, when he got elected, they said that he received 33% of the votes in the first round, right? This was in 2015 when he first won. 2014, 2015, around that time. Listen, Everybody was saying that's corrupt. It was people in the streets rebelling again. They had to do a second runoff, a second presidential election, and they postponed the first one. They annulled it and postponed it for a whole goddamn year because the people in the streets was rebelling, saying that it was corrupt. After Jovenel, they said he had 32 votes, right? This organization called the Haiti Sentinel, right? When they was doing like a recall and recounting the votes, they actually counted that it was only 6% of the polls that Jovenel won. So how it go from 32 to 6%? I don't know. Maybe Sweet Mickey got somebody pulling some strings in the U.S. I don't know. That's how Sweet Mickey won, right? So they said 6% now. So everybody's in the streets in Haiti rebelling. I wanted to show you the picture so you could see the faces of these people, but you're gonna have to look it up yourself, family. But they rebelling, they revolting Jovenel. They don't want him as a president. They did the recall. They annulled it a whole year later. Mind you, he was supposed to start 2014, 2015. A whole year later, they had to do another election. So the second time, people still rebelling in the street. They don't want him to win, just like what happened with Trump and everything. They basically said that he won this time by 56%. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But people were still rioting, burning stuff down and all of that. Like, basically, people were saying that the election was rigged and things of that nature. And it was just madness. So that was another time when Haiti was rebelling and things of that nature. But I want to show y'all this. They said reports of the Haitian court, right? They appointed auditors. This is crazy. The level of corruption is crazy. So they appointed auditors, right? In lengthy detail that $2 billion from Venezuela was embezzled over 8 years by Jovenel. 8 years of embezzlement. Now, before he even entered politics, he was a fruit exporter. So he wasn't no politician trying to be. He wasn't no person saying, oh, I'm coming up in the politic game. He was a businessman exporting fruits. Even at that time, before he joined politics, he was involved in scandal. Because when Sweet Mickey was in office, like I said, Sweet Mickey, they said he took money, right? He embezzled money, right? Well, in the same investigation of Sweet Mickey, the name Jovenel Moise was dropped for, what did they say he did? They said his involvement in a scheme to siphon off funds intended for road repairs. So they gave him to repair the roads while Sweet Mickey is in office. Jovenel ain't even a politician yet, but his name is still being dropped. Talking about corruption and taking money that was supposed to be for road repairs in Haiti. So how the hell did, after that, he still gets elected president? I have no goddamn idea, family. But, yo.
You know how I say? Because he made deals with the elite there. And they all was a part of this contract. And when things got thick, right? When the U.S. was like, oh, you know, you trying to flip the script here. You're going a little bit off script. That's why I know the U.S. was involved in this assassination. But they had already made deals, and then Jovenel told them, well, y'all might have to give some of that money back. These contracts are now on pause right now. At least until this investigation thing is through. These things are on pause. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to add that in there.
Nah, you're absolutely right, and that's how it all ties in. I'm going to read this little excerpt that I got from this article when I was doing my research, right? Mr. Moise, we're talking about Jovenel, his bid for power was marred from the beginning. His campaign was accused of fraud, corruption, and he took power 14 months after voters went to the polls. So imagine you elect somebody. It's not until over a year later that he actually gets into the poll, gets into power. So they found evidence. They were saying that, oh, it's irregularities, it's rigged and things of that nature, whatever. He finally took office in 2017. But when he took office, he was facing an indictment for graft related to the Venezuelan aid, the money, like I said, he embezzled. over the next couple years, right? He used his control over the judicial system to dismiss the charges and undermine the opposition, which never accepted his electoral victory. All the brothers and sisters that was rebelling in the street, he undermined it. He's signing stuff. He the president now. Don't it sound familiar? Don't it sound like what Trump was doing? You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Matter of fact, I got a picture. I can't share it right now. When Jovenel had met up with Trump, shaking hands. Then he met up with Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, shaking hands. You know what I'm saying? But basically, after all of this corruption that he did, he undermining everybody, writing laws and stuff. Yo, the people that suffered was the people of Haiti, not the politicians, not the rich people in the mountains. The result was an increasingly paralyzed government. The government became gridlock, family, because first of all, he was delayed in actually taking power. Then at the time, they didn't have no parliament. Then the local elections that were supposed to happen, those never happened because he wasn't in power. So they was in gridlock. Mind you, they still dealing with all of these things, like I said. Then the coronavirus pandemic hit. So it's just distress after distress, so many unfortunate events. So because of the coronavirus, now they got another excuse to prolong everything. The government already don't have good infrastructure. They don't have good health care. The people is suffering. Do y'all know to this day, Haiti is like one of the only countries in the world that still didn't get vaccinations? They still ain't get coronavirus vaccinations, family. Now, hey, depending on who you talk to, that might be a good thing. That might be a good thing. I'm just saying, if America cares about everybody and the world is so much of a humanitarian, why the hell they didn't go and give black people in Haiti at least access to vaccinations to let them make their own decision? It's because they don't give a goddamn about Haiti. And they don't give a goddamn about black people. So the President Jovenel, the one that was just assassinated, you know, he had disagreements with his opposition from the very beginning, you know, of his presidency. It turned into a whole crisis, a whole political crisis. No parliament, no local government, you know what I'm saying? Just all out craziness. So, of course, you could imagine the state that our people was in and the drastic measures that they had to turn to. It's a crisis they live in. You know what I'm saying? So they started getting unruly. Basically, that's why you see so many rebel revolts and things of that nature in Haiti. It's not because our people are inherently violent or evil or something like that, but it's because we talking about 200 years since 1804, over 200. You know what I'm saying? Since brothers and sisters been struggling, and it's been corruption, unfortunately, yo. And it's these devils, it's the United States and all these other countries that got their hands in it. You know what I'm saying? And we just really got to peel back the layers and see who's the puppet master. You know? So the health, like I said, the coronavirus is spread. Healthcare system is horrible. They don't got no infrastructure. The cases is spiking, you know? And the crazy thing about it is they didn't say they had a lot of deaths with coronavirus, but that's simply because there's not a lot of people getting tested. So people dying, but you don't know if they die from corona because people not getting tested. They don't have healthcare. They don't have infrastructure. So brothers and sisters out there is just struggling. You know what I'm saying? Hospitals, the hospitals out there, everybody's overwhelmed, you know? So it's crazy. So since this whole thing happened, brothers and sisters, like I said, they go on the drastic measures. Now, it was recently discovered, Keisha shared a video with me where she said the people in the video, they had 2 U.S. national. They were Haitian, I think what you would call it is Haitian national, or at least Haitian descendant, but they were U.S. citizens. And the crazy part about that part is they wasn't even black Haitians. They was Arab Haitians. You know what I'm saying? So they don't got no allegiance to African people in Haiti. You know, and as it stands in Haiti already, even the mulatto people, the half black people don't even rock with the African. They live up in the goddamn mountains. You know what I'm saying? And then you got straight white.
And that's what I wanted to talk about too, Ashe. We definitely got to continue this next week because there's a lot we got to unpack with what's going on with Haiti. We got to deal with that classism, that mulattoism, is real, and I gotta share a personal story in all of this. But
That's
we
that's
definitely
right.
gotta continue this and peel back these layers next week, brother.
Yeah, so I'm gonna close it out. Like I said, there's so much information on this right now, but I'm gonna share this last excerpt, right? Haiti's power vacuum has been increasingly filled with the leaders of organized crime who have taken over parts of the capital over the past year, instilling a reign of terror. Kidnappings, lootings, gang-associated violence have made parts of the country ungovernable, leaving many Haitians fearful to leave their homes and forcing some aid organizations on which many the country depend on for survival to change their activities. All out craziness warfare going on. Rights organizations have linked a surge in gang violence to the country's political deadlock, rightfully so, accusing prominent politicians of working with organized crime to intimidate opponents and settle scores in the absence of a functioning government. Last month, one of Haiti's most prominent gang leaders publicly declared, they call him a gang leader, but who knows? It depends on who you're talking to. Like I said, last month, one of Haiti's most prominent gang leaders publicly declared a war against the country's traditional elites, calling on citizens to raid established businesses. This is what the brother said. His name, actually, they call him Barbecue, so you can look him up in Haiti. His nickname is Barbecue. It is your money which is in these banks, stores, supermarkets, and dealerships. The gang leader Jimmy Cherizé, better known as his alias Barbecue, said, "It is your money which is in these banks, stores, supermarkets, and dealerships." In a video message on social media, he said, "Go and get what's rightfully yours." Now, what side of the story you gonna listen to, family? You know what I'm saying? Because these devils, they've been messing with Haiti for the longest. To this day, Haiti is still paying France for their freedom, paying taxes to France. How the hell is this happening? You know what I'm saying? So they'll spin it and they'll say that, oh, it's rebels out there and Haiti is corrupt. When it comes to the people, yeah, the politicians is corrupt, but the people is just trying to survive out there, family. You know what I'm saying? So brothers is coming together, sisters is coming together, they getting organized, they saying, yo, look, you gonna be a president, you gonna be a politician and you corrupt? We not having that no more. We gotta eat. I gotta put food on my family table. Then, like we always say on this platform, until a lion learns how to tell us the tale, the story of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. And that's an African proverb. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite proverbs that I always say when we leave the night, I always say true courage is knowing how to suffer. That's an African proverb, but more specifically, that is actually a Haitian proverb. I don't know if y'all knew that. True courage is knowing how to suffer. In Haiti, our brothers and sisters in Haiti have been one of the shining testaments of what revolution looks like, what liberation looks like, what insurrection looks like, or what being free looks like. Even though to this day they still fighting for their freedom, but at least they remove the shackles themselves. And this is a real spiritual stronghold for Black people. And the fact that most of us are not paying attention to this is really ridiculous, because this is one of the most powerful things that we have in our bag. When we're talking about Haiti, when we're talking about trying to fight for our freedom here in America, Haiti is in our bag. That's one of our weapons. That's all, you know what I'm saying? And we're not even utilizing that. We're not even learning from the wisdom and the spiritual elements of that we could be galvanizing to elevate our revolutionary here. You know what I'm saying? All of our revolutionaries. So we got to pay closer attention to what's going on in Haiti. And, you know, I know we're going to get out of here, Keisha. Before I go, I want to say also it's interesting because right now, also in the news, a hot topic is Jacob Zuma. I don't know if you heard of that, saw about that, Keisha, but Jacob Zuma, who was the former president of South Africa, he just got, they hit him with, I think, 15 months or something like that for his crimes, because he was corrupt as hell in South Africa. He was embezzling money and all of that. He was working with these devils and trying to uphold the modern day apartheid in South Africa. You know what I'm saying? our brothers in the EFF, they fighting out there in South Africa right now. Shout out to the brothers and sisters in the EFF movement in South Africa. And some of them tuned into our show. They still fighting right now on account of what Jacob Zuma did. You know what I'm saying? So they just hit him with 15, I think it's 15 months or something. I'm not sure. But they give him some jail time. But he'll probably get out. Good behavior or something like that. You know, he'll pull a few strings with his white devil friends. But we gotta make sure that, you know, with this whole corruption thing, family, we gotta get ahead of this. We gotta make sure, like what the brother said, it starts in the mind. It starts with African consciousness. If you don't have African consciousness, of course you're gonna look at your brother and your sister and not see them as a brother and sister, and you're gonna embezzle money, and you're gonna eat as much as you can and not share a meal for your brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get corrupt. So we gotta get this consciousness together, and then we're gonna get our actions together, and we really gonna galvanize our freedom, family, and really become self-sufficient. But you know, these are some of the things that's going on in history right now, and everything that happens in history, like I said earlier, we're living in it. We have the ability to change it, and we have one of the largest momentums here as the African community, the diaspora here in America. We have a lot of accessibility to things that we are just not utilizing the right way, family. So we got to link up with our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, in the Caribbean, Europe, Africans everywhere. Let's come together. Let's make sure, like the brother Imhotep said earlier, race first. Everything else is uncivilized, family. Sister Keisha, what you got to say about that?
Definitely. We're definitely going to continue this conversation next week. You know, there's so many points that I wanted to bring up as well. And this thing is multi-layered, and we're going to discuss it all. Also, you know, I don't know if you follow, you know, Brother Tad on social media, but, you know, people been coming at my brother crazy because of his position as it relates to the release of Dr. Bill Cosby. I have my own position. They are not one and the same. So this is going to be quite interesting next week. And we're going to pull back the layers with that, with our brother Blacksmith, who will be joining us in the conversation. We're going to deal with this critical race theory and all the shenanigans with that as well. We have a lot to discuss. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. I see you, Dr. Filet. Kudos to you. To our brothers and sisters on the continent who watch us every week. Our numbers in Nigeria are crazy. Our numbers in Kenya are crazy. And we appreciate you. We see you like you see us. And together we'll make this thing right. We have to make it right so that we can win. I'm tired of surviving. It's time that we win. And we have to understand what that takes. War is never pretty. War is never savory. But we definitely got to get in it to be the victors of it. As my brother Ashe said, as it relates to the so-called gangs in Haiti right now, how they have these blocks locked down, we got to deal with that as well. You see things turning up, you know, not just here where we are, but this is a shaking of the earth, if you will, from our ancestors. You know, they have a way of speaking to us and making us see things when we don't want to. You know, I say to my religious brothers and sisters, some of you have a belief that when you leave this plane that you will see your God. But what if it is your direct ancestor who has questions for you, who has given you instruction throughout the years and you have ignored it? What if it's that direct ancestor that is your gateway to your heavenly after? What if that is so? We have to always consider that. And that's how I move. That's how we move here on Thorough Black Talk. We always put our left foot forward and keep it moving. So again, we will see you next week, blacker and stronger than ever, right here on the Brooklyn Bridge. Good night to you all. Be well. We out.